Earnestly podcast. It's a celebration here with not for me, but for this guy here, Joshua Pressman Jacobs here, as the Knicks. Bro, I'm ready to run down this Knicks content, bro. I recorded 2 podcasts already. Obviously one NBA show, Knicks centric, of course, because I had to. They're the champs. Then another podcast being released later in the week. Talking about Jalen Brunson. Now I got to talk to you now. Talk Knicks with you as well. My wrestling podcast on Tuesday, I got to record. My co-host is a big Knicks fan as well. We're going to talk Knicks there for a little bit as well. So, good Lord, I'm burnt out, bro. Josh, what's up, buddy? Anyways, let's just go ahead and have this conversation. What's going on?
Earnestly Speaking podcast. Go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
Oh, my God. So, Knicks did it, man. 53 years. The curse is lifted.
Ooh, let the dogs out. Ooh.
Oh, come on. Don't do that, bro. Was that Mike?
The dogs out.
Was that Mike Brown?
You know what? I like my back was turned to the TV when he was doing it, and it wasn't until I saw the highlight that he let it. I'm like, oh my God.
So corny. That song is like 27. Bro, that song was huge.
Get right into it. Mike Brown. He has surpassed the Godfather, the great Pat Riley, as the greatest Knicks head coach in our lifetime.
That's funny to say that. That's funny. When you say that loud, it's like, what are you talking about? It's Pat Riley, but he did the thing that Pat Riley didn't do in New York in his 4 years there.
It only took him 1 year.
Took him 1 year.
1 year, first year.
Although one could argue that
greatest Knicks coach in our lifetime. Greatest Knicks coach since Red Holtzman.
Well, okay, so I'm not going to argue that. Like, you're a Knicks fan. I'm not going to sit there and argue with that. But let's also keep it real. The Knicks were a title contender when Mike Brown got there. Okay, Tom Thibodeau put me. Okay, Pat Riley took a mediocre team from that won 39 games before that.
Pat Riley is a close second. You know what, man? I should have published these stories before. I was spending a good portion of the day today writing.
Okay.
Patrick Ewing still is my favorite Knick, my all-time favorite Knick. Number one. However, in mine and your lifetime, the greatest Knick now is Jalen Brunson.
Well, let's have that conversation, though, because that's been something we've been talking about with people. I've been talking to people, at work and, in my life. And let's have the conversation right now. I mean, there's an argument. There's certainly an argument. I think when you look at the 4 years what he's done for this franchise, and this team has been on. Forget the fact he won a championship. The team's gotten better every year since he's been the leader of his team.
Well, absolutely.
The arrow has been pointing up since the minute he got here for this Knicks franchise.
Yes.
So one can argue that there's a conversation for that, obviously. Now,
Jalen Brunson, within his first 2 postseasons, halfway through his second postseason, he already had more playoff wins than Carmelo Anthony.
He's certainly better than Carmelo Anthony. That's for damn sure.
He's already had more playoff appearances than Carmelo Anthony. Hasn't it?
Yeah.
4 for 4 in the playoffs. 4 for 4, at least getting out of round 1. 2 for 4 getting the Eastern Conference Finals. 1 for 4 getting to the finals and winning it.
Yeah.
Should we want more? Do you think Brunson could deliver more?
It's gonna be tough because that's Spurs team you played. That's Spurs team you played last night.
I know. I'm getting greedy.
They are. Not only that, that will likely be the worst Spurs team you're going to see for the next 5 years.
So, You know what's funny though?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. I didn't go through it. I was just looking at the coaches since I started watching the NBA 91, 92. Pat Riley's first year as a Knicks coach.
Correct. Yeah.
So I need to do more homework on who the coaches were for the Knicks prior to. I know there was Hubie Brown.
There was I'll tell you what, there was
after Red Holtzman, I'm sorry.
Okay, so you have John McClain before Pat Riley. You have before him Stu Jackson. Before him Rick Pitino. And then before him, I forgot the one before him. The one that when Ewing was there. I forgot who the coach when Ewing was there. It wasn't Pitino. It was before Pitino.
Didn't Hubie Brown coach Ewing one year?
You might be right. You could be right.
I don't know if it was the rookie year though.
Right. I mean, Holzman, Riley, Mike Brown, Tom Thibodeau, top four. Boom.
Oh, no, yeah, so you have whoa.
Van Gundy?
No, this is, yes, you forgot him. So it's Holtzman's 1, Mike Brown 2, Pat Riley 3, Jeff Van Gundy 4, Thibodeau. Because Van Gundy did go to the finals. Thibodeau did. This was Thibodeau's team. I give all the credit in the world for Thibodeau. In my lifetime, he's the fourth greatest coach. Can you believe since Riley left the Knicks in 95, the Knicks have had 17 coaches. That's over the space of
That's 31 years.
Yeah, 31 years. 17 coaches in 31 years. If you include Riley, no, it's 16 coaches. Yeah, so that's one coach every 2 years. Because it was 17 coaches 35 years. When I first started watching the NBA, 35 years. So 31 years, 16 coaches. That still averages out to about one coach every 2 years. That's insane.
There's a word for that. You know that, right? It's called instability.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why you have, the Popovich Spurs, six finals runs, 5 titles.
Yep.
Steve Kerr Warriors, six finals runs, 4 titles.
Eric Spoelstra.
I don't mean to hate on your man Spo, but if you think about it,
I will cut you off this podcast.
The thing is, he has two titles in 6 finals appearances. They no longer hang his head on it the way they hang LeBron for being 4 and 6. Spo is 2 and 4 in the finals.
Because he also got there. Well, 2 of those teams weren't supposed to be there in the first place. That's why.
You know what's funny? Since we've had 8 new championships in 8 years, there's only been 3 teams that have made the finals at least 2 times, and that is the Warriors 2019 and 2022. They lost to the Raptors in 2019, got the job done 2022, and then the Celtics lost to the Warriors in 2022 and won in 2024. And then your Miami Heat, the 2020 bubble, which was just wow.
She shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Exactly. And then 2023 against the Nuggets, I guess shouldn't have been there either. But they're the only team in this 8-year run of parity that made it twice and didn't win though.
Yeah. Do you know who we beat in that second round also?
The Knicks.
Exactly.
You beat them in 6.
That was Jalen's first year of the team, I think. Yeah.
What you beat them in 6, right?
In 6 games, yeah.
Yeah, that was Brunson's first.
Good series, though. It was a good series, though. We'll say that.
Yeah, Spo gave him all the flowers, and then the next year, the Knicks lost in 7 in the second round to the Pacers. They fell apart. OG couldn't play. Everyone got knocked out that game. And you know what I loved? We're gonna get right into it. What I love what Brunson said after that. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, here I lost this. Well, no, it's just my camera light went off.
You never went away. You were still there. So
good. What happened? This is what I love. This is why I love Brunson, and this is where that was the time where I fell in love with Brunson. It's the end, and they're like, "Look at you! Your second year here. You've had a really successful run here. You've won. You've 6. So in the next year they won 13 playoff games since you've been here. You guys were on the brink of making the conference finals. A great year. You should be really proud of yourself." He's like, "What's there to be proud of?" He's like, "Look what you did." He's like, "Did we win the championship?" They're like, "No." He's like, "Did we even come close?" They're like, "No." Enough said. When Carmelo Anthony, for one thing, that 2010, 2011 Knicks team was a very charming team.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm so happy that, let me backtrack for a second. One thing that I was happy about, because he's a weird dude, but Dolan apologized for taking so long for the Knicks to win a title. But he undercut the great Donnie Walsh and just gave the farm to the Nuggets to get Melo.
Without question.
And then they didn't even win a playoff game. The next year, they only won one playoff game against the Heat, which were like preordained to win the title. The next year, 2012, 2013, the Knicks were literally designed to match up against the Heat, and they couldn't even beat the Pacers with the goofy Pacers team with Paul George and Roy Hibbert. Yes, Roy Hibbert, who was out of the league a few years later because he couldn't hit a three-pointer. And the Knicks lost in 6. Do you know what Carmelo Anthony said after that series?
What did he say?
He said at the end of the day, it was a great year. They never made the playoffs again.
Never been a fan of Carmelo Anthony.
Under Melo. Can you believe he said that? It was a great year.
Never been a fan.
No wonder 2 years later, the Knicks are terrible because the next year after that, the Knicks barely missed the playoffs. They were interesting, but they weren't good. And that's when they fired Whitson, who maybe they shouldn't have because he was okay. And then it was the Phil Jackson reign. It was a tire fire. And it was just forgettable season after forgettable season. Yet with Brunson, he says that in 2 years later, he's a champion and Finals MVP. And a very Jordan-esque game, 45 points, just like Jordan.
Yeah, that's right. And
you're glad I got the energy tonight, huh?
No, I love it. By the way, many things Phil Jackson did wrong as the president of the Knicks. The one thing he got correct was get rid of Carmelo Anthony.
It took him forever. He was out the door right after that, too.
I defended that whole thing, and Phil did a terrible job in New York. Let's be clear about that. But I was Team Phil in the Carmelo battle. Because everything you just said there, Carmelo's not a winning player.
Because he negotiated. You know what he did? He negotiated a contract where Melo got $122 million instead of $130. Mm-hmm. Golf clap for that. $8 million. He declined. Granted, the money is outrageous now. Brunson, forgive me for that noise out there.
No worries.
Brunson left $100 million on the table.
Mm-hmm. Brunson played his first contract under market value. Oh, massive market value.
Massive. I'm sweating here.
Took a gamble and won.
Okay, let me ask you, what do you think was the most pivotal game of this final series?
It's got to be Game 4.
I don't necessarily agree.
I mean, Game 2 is one.
I think Game 2 was really the pivotal game. And the reason for that is because Game 2, the Knicks are up 2-0, taking both games in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And it's like they seized the series right there.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back on it, it really shook the Spurs' confidence. Shook the Spurs' confidence. The series would look so different if it was 1-1 going into New York.
But here's the thing. And
Game 3.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. But here's the thing that fucks in my head, though. Even with all of that, you still win Game 3, and then you're up 29 points in Game 4.
You're saying the Spurs win Game 3 and up 29 points in Game 4.
So
yes,
I mean, you did all things. You were in position to get back the graces of what you fucked up on the first 2 games.
No, without a doubt. There was an underrated play in Game 1 because it was like a one-possession game, and no one remembers this, but Wemby dribbled the ball off his foot in Game 1.
Yep, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's the game. He dribbled his ball off the foot in Game 1. And then Game 2, he made a remarkably boneheaded play where he's passing the ball up to Castle, and Castle's not even looking, and then he fails Brunson, and Brunson hits the free throw. And then he missed that shot. Like, he was so open. It was a gimme. It's like he short-armed it.
Yep.
And I was so proud of the Knicks that game, Game 2, because not only did they beat the Spurs, but they beat the refs because the refs tried to hand it to the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat the league. The fix was in for that. Game 4, I found really strange game. I didn't even obviously the Knicks played terrible the first half, but the second half didn't even play that good.
No,
it was strange. They didn't even play that good the second half.
No, you're right.
And I looked at the stat sheet. I was surprised, but Brunson. The Knicks won Game 2, but Brunson only scored 20 points in Game 2.
Yeah.
And that's why they were talking about saying, Towns looks like the Finals MVP favorite, the straw poll. After Game 4, who was the Finals favorite? Who was the Finals favorite? You know what? I'm glad you're bringing up OG. OG was on that 2019 title team with the Raptors.
I know.
And he had appendicitis and missed the whole playoffs. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I need to look back at the tape or the stats or whatever. That team won 58 games. I think they were the 2 seed behind the. Yeah, they were. They were the 2 seed behind the Bucks because they matched up against the Sixers. The Sixers were the 3 seed. The Sixers were good with Jimmy Butler. Like, my God, like, to think about a series.
Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, and fucking Joel Embiid.
But no, the thing is, imagine what would have happened though if Kawhi. There's so many what-ifs. Kawhi didn't hit that shot. They might have lost in overtime. It'd be so different. But the thing is, with that playoffs, OG is Kawhi Leonard light. They won 58 games, and Kawhi Leonard only played something like 60 games. And the Raptors won the majority of the games he wasn't there. It's because OG was there. And they didn't need OG as much because Kawhi played every playoff game.
Yeah.
But OG was always that good. You know when I discovered OG? Because it wasn't like I was following the Raptors until the playoffs, and then he wasn't there. But when I discovered OG in the bubble. You remember the pivotal play?
Toronto played Milwaukee. No, Milwaukee in first round?
No, in round 2, they played the Celtics.
Celtics, right.
They were down 2-0.
I forgot what it was.
2 points with 0.3 of a second left.
What was it? Play.
And I think it was like Taco Fall. The Celtics dusted off Taco Fall to put his hands up to obstruct Kyle Lowry's pass. And Taco Fall was still kind of like he was like a statue. He should have been more engaged. Like if it was Robinson, he might not have gotten over him because Kyle's not tall. But he launched a perfect pass, and OG hit the corner 3. It's like he caught it and released it right away. And it made it a series because if they were down 3-0, forget it would be over. Mm-hmm. I might be misremembering. It might have been 3. No, I think it was 2-0, and they made it 2-1.
Well,
Unless
Boston
it was
did go to Boston won the series. I know that.
I gotta look this up. When did OG hit the game-winning shot?
We beat them in the conference finals in the bubble. That was the one, the Bam block. Remember the Bam block against Tatum? Still sick.
It was in game 3. This was a pivotal game because if they lost game 3, they'd be down 3-0. It was over. And they ended up losing the series in 7. But I was just like, wow.
That went 7?
That went 7 because of that game.
Shit.
That game was 2-1. That went 7.
And that was post Kawhi. That's what the Siakam and
that was
OG.
You know what? I actually look back at the 2020 bubble fondly. I was home so much. No one could go anywhere. I mean, what me and you are like basketball lifers, like the finals had 7.6 million views. Like, I think this finals tripled that.
This finals was huge. We would see numbers that we haven't seen since the Jordan 98 Bulls.
I heard Game 7 2016 Cavs. Warriors rival that.
I think a lot of that to do with 2 things. Number 1, to do with the Knicks, the New York market. Number 2 has also to do with the fact that Wemby is the guy.
How bad do you think the league wanted this series to extend, though?
Of course, well, I think to be fair, after how bad the rest was last night, I think they're happy it ended this way because Wemby should be up for Game 6.
Oh, without a doubt. But the thing is, that would have been the story going into Game 6.
Yeah, so I think they're actually happy in hindsight they didn't go to 6 because you don't want to have a Game 6 going without Wemby.
I guess you're right, and that the Knicks won. I mean, so much merchandise. So they're doing the parade on Thursday, June 18th.
I saw that.
Did you graduate high school in New York or you graduated in Florida?
Florida. I was out in New York by 4th grade.
Oh, so you dodged all those regencies. They have the algebra regents on Thursday, June 18th.
Mm-hmm.
So that means a bunch of 8th, 9th, and 10th graders are taking that test. I actually think Mandami deliberately picked that day.
To get them out of that test?
No, the flip side. To depress the numbers a little bit so you don't have a bunch of 13, 14, 15-year-old kids that could wreak havoc because they would be the most destructive. And, and think about it. Think about how expensive parades are, how much of a mess it is. Like, this is probably going to lower the numbers, like, at least 100,000.
This is going to be the biggest parade I think I've ever seen in New York history.
It's going to be slightly smaller, though, because of that.
Well, because of
imagine if they did it on Juneteenth, which is a holiday, or Saturday the 20th.
Right, it's
the
true.
City would be on fire.
Oh my God, it's true.
You should see even like other communities, like the community I live in, New Rochelle. The streets were pandemonium last night.
Yeah, I know. So my when the game was over, my dad called me. My dad and my sister both FaceTimed me, right? And then we FaceTimed my nephew, my sister's son, who's going to NYU. And he was out in the streets, and it was already getting crazy. We were telling him, "Be safe, buddy. Be safe. Please be safe. Don't do anything stupid. be aware of your surroundings. He was fine, but being uncle being concerned, be safe, please. So
Remarkable.
yeah, my dad. So my dad. It's funny. Like my dad has been on this Knicks bandwagon since the Heat got out of the playoffs because so my dad is almost 70 years old, and the first team he got into, he used to live in New York. He was a Knicks fan in the 60s and 70s. Remember, he didn't become a franchise until 1988. We're actually a newer franchise. So he was always been a Knicks fan, and then when obviously he moved to Florida in the early 80s, and he became a Heat fan. We had a team, all that. It was weird because he also was a Bulls fan too. Also, so
I remember the old Heat with Glenn Rice and Ronnie Cycli.
That's my favorite Heat team of all time.
How about Baby Jordan?
Carl Miner? Yeah. What a letdown,
You never forgot him?
Of course.
That's your favorite Heat team? Is the original Heat team?
I love I have an affinity with the 1993-94 Heat team. The first ever winning record. You remember too also the Heat. I have a stronger bond with the Heat than any other franchise I root for because I've seen all the firsts. I saw all the first. I saw the first winning season, first playoff berth, first division title, first NBA title. So it's a little more special when you limp in while the team has existed for like 40-something years, but when you are there pretty much in the beginning of the team's existence, it's a little more special.
You're right. Although honestly, Miami was a second-rate franchise until you stole Pat Riley from New York.
That's right. No, I said that. Like
that's incredible how Pat Riley increased the net worth of that franchise.
Pat Riley legitimized.
I mean, it's worth billions now. But
overnight.
Back then, in '96, he increased the net worth of that franchise probably from like, I'm guessing numbers, from like 80 million to like 500 million just by signing.
Yeah. Without question.
That summer.
Pat Riley legitimized his team because think about what the Heat were for the first 7 years before Riley got there. We had Ron Rothstein and Kevin Lockery. Okay? God bless them.
Kevin Locklear did coach Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's year.
Yeah, but that's his claim to fame. That's it. And he's first ever playoff berth. I love Kevin Lockery, but he's not Pat Riley. So Pat Riley legitimized the Heat, and overnight, really, to be honest with you, because by the second year we won a division. We won the division, won 61 games, and went to the conference finals.
That's incredible. That's right. '96, they won the division.
Yeah, the first year we had Riley, we went 42-40, 8 seed, lost to the Bulls in the first round of the playoffs.
The first year he was the coach.
Yeah, first year. That was so we traded for Tim Hardaway later that year, and made the playoffs. The 8 seed, lost to the Bulls in the first round.
And then '97.
In the second year,
the MVP of the playoffs was PJ Brown for pile driving.
Yep. I still say
Charlie Ward. Look at you, man. The wrestling and basketball merges together, and all the Knicks players go on the court. And because Patrick Ewing steps his toe on the court, he gets suspended. And so many players had to be suspended for the Knicks. They had to split it into 2 games.
Listen. I've always said
that was the beginning of the whole reign of terror of Stern.
Yep. I've always said that was by far, in my opinion, the best Knicks team of the decade.
I don't know if it was the best Knicks team of the decade.
There's been reports for years that was the one team the Bulls feared. 97.
I mean, I actually think if you really break it down, the Knicks' best chance was 94, but I think their best team was actually 93.
The best chance probably 93, but I think the 97 team was more talented.
94 was best chance. They came the closest, but 90.
No. Best chance. Of course. Oh, I agree because they won the game from winning the championship. I'm saying the best roster I thought was 97.
I mean, yeah, you had Allen Houston and Latrell Sprewell. No, you didn't have Sprewell then. It was Allen Houston and John Starks.
Say that again.
You did not have Sprewell. We didn't have Sprewell in 97.
That's true. He gave me 99. But by the way, I'm reading the book. I'm reading the Chris Herring book finally. I'm almost done with it.
I mean, I got to look at I think the 93 round. I mean, that's a good debate. I mean, 97, people still do talk about it. I mean, the Bulls, they won 69 games. The Knicks would have matched up much better. I forgot. I was just looking it up before I talked to you. I forgot that 98 was the year that the Heat were the 2 seed and the Knicks were the 7 seed. And it was the Larry Johnson versus Alonzo Mourning Rumble in the Jungle. And Jeff Van Gundy's hanging on Monzo's.
The Knicks that those Knicks teams, when you compare to Miami, those Knicks teams were just a lot smarter than Miami. I thought Miami was
What are you
good.
talking about? 97. The Miami outsmarted the Knicks.
Well, that was look. The Heat had no business winning that series. Honestly, the Heat should have lost the series in 6 games.
That was ridiculous. But it was almost like karma coming back.
We were down
Knicks 98,
yeah.
99.
And of course, if I say that to my Heat friends and family, they're gonna think I'm being a traitor. No,
I mean
that's the reality.
You don't have the same type of tension between the Knicks and Miami now.
No, not even close. Well, because the league's changed also too.
Yeah, you don't have that hatred anymore.
Well, there's a lot of heat. Well, there's still fans that still try to regurgitate it. Try to, resurrect the whole rivalry, but it's not there because
I would say the Knicks' biggest rivals now are the Spurs and the Celtics.
Spurs, Celtics. I would say Pacers too, actually.
Oh yeah, of course, the Pacers.
Yeah, last 2 years. Prior to last year, not a playoff.
Would you count the Sixers and the Cavs, or are they just a punching bag for the Knicks?
Cavs no, Sixers no, because you guys own them.
Because they need to do better.
A rivalry will require teams on level. See, even though Miami lost 3 times to New York in that stretch, all those series went the limit.
Oh, they were tremendous.
5 games,
they
5 games, 5 games, 7
Wait,
games.
they lost 3 times. They lost
98, 99, 2000.
What happened in 2000? I don't even remember that.
You guys beat us in 7 games.
You know,
2000.
It seemed as if 2000 there was a lot of discord with the Knicks.
Yeah,
that was the year.
That was the last.
Ewing was on the chopping block. Like everyone knew he was on the way out.
Yeah, and that's where my hatred for the Knicks started again. Was when that happened. You already know. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right. And then 01. That was the Knicks' last good year.
Yeah. So the Knicks lost. The Knicks lost to Indiana.
Yeah, to the Young Raptors. No, in 01 they lost to the Young Raptors with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady.
So you guys lost to Indiana in 6 in that conference finals in 2000.
In 2000.
Right.
Yes, and in 01 they lost to the Raptors. And the next year, Van Gundy resigns like in November or December. And that was like the end of the Knicks for years. They made 1 playoffs after that in 2005, got swept by the Nets.
Yeah, you guys beat us in 7 games in the second round.
Oh, that's right. Wow, man,
so,
you got good memories of those times.
Yeah, 5 game. I'm looking actually on your Wikipedia also too. No, so you guys beat y'all in 7 in the second round of the 97 series. You beat us in 5. When back then 5 games was the limit in the first round. In 98, same thing in 99. And then 2000, you guys beat us in 7.
2000 looked like if it was not the Lakers, it was going to be the Blazers. That was like the real finals, right?
Correct. Yeah, that was the best chance. The Knicks had a chance, but you guys lost to Indiana too also. No, Indiana's probably this is biggest rivalry. I would say Indiana's bigger rivalry than Miami is, honestly. Because at least with the Indiana section of it all, those series almost always decided the conference.
Anyway,
93 conference finals, 94 conference finals. No, 93 was the Bulls actually, but 93.
No, 93 was the first round series. It was chronicled in the winning time. Well, the first round that was the year that John Starks headbutted Reggie Miller.
Yeah. You guys won in 4 games, I think. 94 was conference finals. 95 was the second round of playoffs. Yeah. I think Indiana's biggest.
Do you have any young guests on your podcast who don't realize that the first round was originally 5 games up until 2003?
Some of them not on the podcast, but some people don't realize it when I say 5 games.
Yeah, because when you're saying the Knicks 1-4 that first round 93, people might be thinking, oh, they swept them.
No, it's 3-1. Or if I say in 5, they think it's like in 3. They think it's it went 4-1. No, it's it was 2-2 and 3-2. That's it. Series over.
Let's talk more about Mike Brown, because I remember Windhorst would talk about it. How Mike Brown.
I think he's the MVP of his entire fucking playoff run, bro. Because it was the adjustment of Cat that he called.
Did you think Cat had a good final though?
They had a good first couple games. He got in foul trouble.
I mean,
what are you gonna do?
he was still pivotal. I mean, honestly, Mike Brown did a great coaching job Game 5. He pulled all the right levers because every minute he maximized every minute. Towns only played 23 minutes last night. Every single one of those was crucial. And Michelle Robinson played 20 crucial minutes. You know Robinson is the most senior Knick on the team?
Really?
He was on that 2018-2019.
Was he really?
Yes, my friend sent me it. Like, everybody's off the team. That was with Frankie Ntilikina. I think, was Porzingis still on that team?
He was.
Yes. Michelle Robinson.
That's
I think he's been a Knick his whole career.
Holy shit. He'll be gone this year probably.
You think so?
He takes less.
Is he a free agent?
He's got to be now. Yeah, I think he is. Let me check real quick. Is Robinson a free agent? He's got to be free agent.
That
Mitchell
Hartenstein
Robinson
left and won a title, and the Knicks won the title the next year.
The only guy, yeah. Your team for the most part, is actually locked in, outside maybe a few edges. Yeah, he's a free agent. He's finished his 4-year, $60 million contract.
That's a shame because he said he really is. It's like a backup center is so underrated in this league.
If I'm the Spurs, am I looking at this thing? That's like maybe. But the problem
is he's better than the high priest of San Antonio.
Cornette.
Hey, Cornette had the game-winning block in Game 7 against OKC.
Well, but the problem is that San Antonio needs. The problem is I don't know if I have to sign him because he's essentially 4 and 5. He's such a liability on offense.
So I had a friend that said the problem with the Spurs is they don't have a real point guard, and that he said it's never going to happen. But the thing is, the point guard, that if they got the point guard that they need, the man that plays all positions, and that he would just be unbelievable for that team. And he is like, there hasn't been a golden statue erected in Miami yet, but there will be. Who are we talking about?
LeBron.
Yes. Imagine LeBron was the point guard of the Spurs.
Is LeBron disciplined enough to facilitate though? Enough.
Hell yeah, he'd facilitate because
he could actually.
They got the jitters. He would be able to be like off the ball. He'd be averaging like 15 or 16 points a game, 12 assists, 7-8 rebounds. He'd be a triple-double machine.
They could probably afford him. They could probably afford him too because LeBron. The Spurs have money to sign another.
He's not coming to San Antonio.
I agree with that.
What I'm hearing is, I haven't followed it closely yet, just because the offseason has to lead up. I've been so involved in the Knicks. What I'm hearing though, if he doesn't stay in LA, Golden State has the best chance to get him.
I agree. That'll Cleveland.
You think he might go back to Cleveland?
I think it's on the table. I think the narrative there. I think if he cares about the narrative, of course, which I think he does because he's a boomer in that way. I think he does care about the narrative. I
hear the Golden State is rolling out the red carpet. They're like, hey, listen, you can. It's a 40-minute flight back and forth from San Francisco to LA. You don't have to come to all the practices. Don't worry about the morning shoot-arounds and stuff. Just be ready to play.
The report though is that he's not willing to take less money. You can have to take less money. If you want to win a title, you got to take less money, bro.
Well,
sorry.
I mean, is Austin Reeves worth that kind of money?
For the Lakers, yes, because he does.
And maybe LeBron is. LeBron's more valuable to the Lakers than Austin Reeves.
Financially, yeah. I mean, it's just putting butts in the seats, sure, but right now, Austin Reeves provides more for the Lakers for Luka than LeBron does.
Can you believe Jalen Brunson has a title before Luka?
Oh, that's funny you said that too. I recorded a podcast today, and it's going to come out later in the week. And we debated that actually, because I put together my mock top 10 for next year, and there's an argument that I might put Brunson and Luka because they're both essentially the same player if you think about it.
Well, they were drafted the same class. They're
both ball dominant, right? But here's why I would probably put Brunson a slight edge of Luka, and this is not a knock. Here's why right now.
You actually think that Lakers Knicks straight up trade that the Lakers would take Brunson over Luka right now?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Here's why I might want Brunson over Luka right now. Brunson's a better leader.
Oh, yes, I have something that I want to share about.
Because they're essentially the same type of player. I mean, Luka's a little bit bigger, obviously, but both pretty bad on defense. Both ball dominant offensive players. Okay, so where's the edge there? What is the edge in two guys? Okay, the edge is really that Brunson plays better with talent around him than Luka does.
Oh, hell yeah! I want you guys to get a good view of my Knicks thing. No, it's not there. All right. So this is what I heard. I heard on the Bill Simmons podcast. I don't know if you heard it, but apparently Mike Brown said in his 35 years in the league, Jalen Brunson is one of the 3 greatest leaders he's been around as a player on the court. You know who
I can believe that. I can believe that.
Who do you think the other 2 are?
LeBron.
He didn't put LeBron, actually.
Wow, really? He's probably so bitter about what happened in 2010. Okay. Steph Curry.
Oh, that's definitely one.
Is it Kobe?
Nope.
Okay. Let me think about this. So Mike Brown coached Cleveland. He coached LA.
Well, think of where he was an assistant before he coached.
That's what I'm doing. That's why I said Steph Curry.
Oh, Steph Curry. That's a no-brainer.
Right. Tim Duncan.
Huh? Thank you, Tim Duncan.
Yeah. He's assistant with San Antonio. Right. Wow. He put LeBron on his list. That's a little bit of a shot.
He put Tim Duncan, Steph Curry, and
that's
Jalen
a shot.
Duncan.
That's a shot because LeBron. Not only was he coached LeBron, he was the head coach of LeBron.
I don't know if there's.
That's
I don't
a shot.
Know if there's a story about. Oh, I don't know if there's like a story about. I forgot who.
Let me look it up. Keep
Bill Simmons was I think he was interviewing Tim Legler. And Tim Legler said it. So I don't know if Mike Brown ever said it where it was reported. It's being said on background, like on a podcast and stuff. Like, maybe it was aggregated, but I don't know if you can find a story on it.
Look at it right now. Let's see.
You're looking at
Mike Brown. Yep. So Mike Brown points to Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, and Tim Duncan as the best leaders. He has the quiet strengths.
Share it in the chat. I want to see this.
I can't get a shot, unfortunately. The thing doesn't work. I wish I could. Trust me. Wish I could.
Text it to me later then.
I will definitely do that. But yeah, I'm sorry. I know that's not a big deal, but that's a shot at LeBron, bro. I'm sorry. I'll take that as a shot at LeBron. I don't give a fuck what it says. Because
is it a shot at Kobe in his grave?
Kobe, he only coached Kobe what? A year and a few games?
Less than that. He coached him during the lockout season.
Right, and was that mistake? Is that the year where Kobe also Achilles tendon? I mean, no, he barely coached Kobe. He barely coached him. So no, I don't.
He coached him the 2011-2012 season.
It might be a shot at Kobe to some degree, but it's a better shot.
And then he got fired after 5 games. So speaking of,
he coached LeBron for 3 years.
He did, and led him to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
What Brian Windhorst said on a podcast, he said that he thought that Mike Brown was such an intense coach on the Cavs, and he was running so tight, and that his being the associate head coach for Steve Kerr mellowed him out so much, being in the Warriors culture like that. It actually prepared him for the Knicks now. And Mike Brown was saying how he's been in some toxic environments coaching, and how it's such a pleasure coaching this Knicks team, how they're just so mature and such a cohesive team.
And very likable, too.
Oh, yeah, because they're like grown men. If you think about how immature, I think that was another through line of this series, that Wemby showed his immaturity a bit.
Of course. I mean, there's an argument that Wemby right now. Wemby might be a dirty player.
An argument? It's pretty obvious.
Now, here's where I'll defend him a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay? Yeah, definitely bad. But, a lot of people always say, I want my old NBA. I want my old NBA. I miss the old NBA. Well, old NBA had dirty players. So you can't complain about this shit also, too. And I'll give Wemby this much credit, too, also. For a guy that young, he's not intimidated by other people. He's going to push back. He's probably getting pushed around because he's a skinny frame. He's been playing saying, fuck you guys. Where are you getting pushed me around?
How tall do you think he really is?
7'4".
You don't think he's 7'6"?
Maybe. He could be. He projects very tall. There's some games look smaller than others. You know what I mean?
Who do you blame more for the Spurs losing? De'Aaron Fox or Mitch?
Mitch Johnson. Mitch Johnson.
But De'Aaron Fox was terrible.
He was terrible.
And he was coached by Mike Brown. Apparently, I read a story somewhere that said Mike Brown criticized De'Aaron Fox. And then a few weeks later, he was fired.
Wait a second. Yes. Yeah. Oh, my God. Why didn't we not discuss that, actually?
What do you mean we?
Because last year, De'Aaron Fox got Mike Brown fired. That was a big deal. Hold on. Got a phone call.
Mike Brown was...
Hold on. Wait. Phone call. Yeah. So I forgot that storyline.
So Mike Brown was the coach at the beginning of the 24-25 season for the Kings?
Yeah, he got fired.
I forgot. Did he end up on the Warriors bench by the end of the year? Did he?
I don't remember that part. To be honest with you, but I remember the infighting with the Kings when it's all falling apart.
Yes. So De'Aaron Fox
was shit.
But the thing is, he got traded a few months later.
A few weeks later, not even a few months. A few weeks later, but still, the infighting at the time was De'Aaron Fox was unhappy with Mike Brown, and then Mike Brown got fired, and then they ended up trading De'Aaron Fox anyway. But it's funny how things turn around like this, bro.
So
my God!
Did the Knicks not have any clutch players?
The who?
Clutch.
The Knicks. You mean in terms of like clutch like management? I don't remember that. To be honest with you.
Yeah, because De'Aaron Fox is in LeBron's camp.
I don't know.
De'Aaron Fox is represented by Clutch, Rich Paul.
I didn't know that. I mean, I don't follow that stuff honestly. When it comes to the agents and stuff, top guys.
What's crazy about it, though? Leon Rose is probably the general manager of the Knicks. Is probably like the most anonymous GM in the league, and he's in the biggest market.
Yeah, you can argue the turnaround in the Knicks become relevant again was when Leon Rose took over, and from 2021 on. Because from 2021 on, they were a regular playoff team. You know what I'm saying? So there's an argument that 2021 was when the turnaround happened. So you were to do a documentary on these Knicks. It starts pre-Jalen Brunson, but it starts with Leon Rose. Would you agree with that?
It's mad noisy outside my place.
It's all right. It's not that noisy, though. It's not as bad as you think.
Your computer looks like it's freezing.
All right, hold on. Let me pause real quick.
A little weird.
Okay, I know. Sorry. So we have a bunch of honking people in the background. All good. No, I did not. Dude, the Mike Brown thing, I forgot about that, bro. Oh, my God. Karma.
You're right. But Leon Rose, tremendous GM, general manager for the Knicks, is probably the most anonymous GM in the whole league.
If you're doing a documentary on the Knicks right now on this championship team, it starts in 2021 with Leon Rose.
Oh my God! I heard the Athletic. There's a writer from the Athletic writing a book about this team right now.
Okay, they should.
The amount of literature that's going to come out about this, which is a great segue into Blood on the Garden. Chris Herring's book about the 1990s Knicks,
which I'm almost done with, by the way. Like I said, I got 32 minutes left. Fantastic book, I've been going to a Knicks rabbit hole the last couple of weeks now. I finished Charles Oakley's book last week. Fantastic book. By the way, he was there last night.
I know, that was awesome, wasn't it?
I popped.
I'm not a fan of James Dolan, and I don't like. I mean, James Dolan is running like a deep state of the garden, like Big Brother, and I really don't like how he just totally like scapegoated Charles Oakley. But I don't like how Charles Oakley just punks Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, there's some weird shit there in the book itself too. Also, he lit up Ewing in the book, bro. Like criticizing his, when you talk about tier A players, tier B players. Michael Jordan's a tier A player. Patrick Ewing's a tier B player.
Do you know what's funny is that if you actually look at the advanced metrics of that 1993 Eastern Conference Finals series, Jordan only scored like 4 more points than Ewing the whole series. And he took something like 50 more shots than him.
Mm-hmm. So there was one game I forgot. Game 3. So Knicks were up 2-0 in game 2, right? Going to game 3, right? Chicago. And this is right with between the same time where the gambling stuff's coming out, right? Game 3, Jordan has a horrific game 3. Do you know who saves that game for them in the series possibly for the Bulls? Scotty.
Really? So Jordan
Yes.
had 54 in Game 4 then?
Yes, Game 4 when he turned it around. Jordan's greatest stretch of his career was Game 4 on. Look it up real quick. 1993 Eastern Conference Finals, Game 3, box score. Let's see right here. So people talk about, this whole debate about Pippen and Jordan and this and that. And look, I would never ever sit and say that Pippen's better than Jordan. Never will ever say that. So Jordan had a double-double, but he was inefficient as fuck. He had 22 points, 11 assists. But the leader of that game was Pippen. Pippen saved the game for him. He was not good in that game.
Say, that I have to look up. I don't remember that as well. But he was not that efficient in that series. I see you're looking that up.
Yeah.
But also the 1996 finals, a lot of people, and the Sonics players in particular, said, you know who should have been the finals MVP?
Which finals?
Huh? 1996, Jordan's first comeback.
Which year?
96 against the Sonics.
I heard Rob.
You heard what? Yeah, Rodman,
Rodman.
yes. He should have been finals MVP. That's what people say now.
Yes. Bro, Gary Payton shut his ass down for a good 3-4 games. George Karl reacted too late to it. George Karl reacted like a game too late to the matchup.
2 games. He should have put them right away. They were up 3-0.
Yep.
After game 1, he should have made the adjustment.
Totally agree.
But which book do you like better, Blood on the Garden or the Oakley book?
I don't know. That's tough. I'll probably go, dude. It's tough because the Oakley one is from one perspective, with Blood in the Garden more of a wider scope, broader thing. You know what I mean? Like you learn about Oakley's life. You learn about Oakley's friendship with Jordan, him traded to Toronto, his career, his life, and all that. I don't know. That's a tough one, actually.
I find it strange how history gets revised based on sources. So clearly, Chris Herring had a relationship with Ronaldo Blackman, because somehow Ronaldo Blackman in the Knicks book. Did you get up to that point yet about Ronaldo Blackman and the 94?
Yeah, apparently something happened in '94 where like he wife on the road and Pat one of them brings wife on the road and
and
bullshit.
that Blackman had these ties to Texas. But the backup shooting guard for Starks wasn't Blackman then. It was Hubert Davis.
Hugh Davis. But Blackman was it was initially Blackman in '93, and then they drafted Davis in that same year.
No, Davis took Blackman's position in the 1993 playoffs. Blackman fell out of the rotation in the 93 playoffs.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's weird that he's saying that now, 94. That, like, even Pat Riley's on record of saying that he regretted not pulling John Starks and putting Hubert Davis, not Ronaldo Blackman. Rolando Blackman. Like, that's
Pat Riley. I gotta say though, Pat Riley's one of the greatest of all time. I do agree with that. However, man, Pat Riley's a fucking dick. If those stories are true and check out the way they are, that guy's an egotistical dick, dude.
Well, look, he had a falling out with Shaq and traded Shaq away.
Bro,
granted, that team was terrible. Tell me about the 06-07 Heat team. How did that team fall apart the way they did?
It got all too fast. That team was put together just to win a title for 1 year, man. We knew that, though. We knew that was a 1 year.
You know, it's been documented that 06 Heat team is one of the weakest championship teams, if not the weakest, NBA history.
I can agree with that.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
What do you think of that, though? Do you think that finals was fixed to stick it to Mark Cuban?
I can see the argument. I wouldn't go as far as to stick and say that it was true. Here's what I'll say about the Heat. I think the 05 Heat team is better than the 06 Heat team. The one that lost to Detroit in the conference finals, Game 7. If Dwayne Wade doesn't get hurt in Game 6 of that game, because Detroit, they win that series probably, and they probably.
No, so you're right. Did you ever watch the Shaq? I know he has a few. He has the sneaker documentary on Netflix. I tried to get into it. It wasn't all that great. But he had a really cool documentary on HBO where he talked about what happened to him at the end of the 04-05 season. He wanted to rest the last game, and Sam Van Gundy pushed him, and he like tore part of his groin, and he was badly hurt. Like he was not as mobile in the playoffs, and it caught up with him in the Pistons series.
Mm-mm. But is it the same? Is it the same documentary that was like kind of like animation and stuff with it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one already. Yeah, it was good.
That was good. Shaq got Stan Van Gundy fired.
Yeah.
Riley wanted back in, though. But LeBron wasn't able to get Spoelstra fired.
No. Thank God for that, bro. And look, here's one thing that it's still the greatest coach LeBron's ever played with. Spoelstra.
Would you put Riley ahead of Popovich as a coach?
All time, no. All time. First of all, I got Pop number 1 all time anyway. So yeah.
You have Pop ahead of Phil Jackson.
Correct.
He never won back-to-back, though.
I don't care. Easy to win when you have the best players in the league. Come on.
Tim Duncan.
Okay. You got the best players in the league. Kobe,
Tim Duncan was the best
player.
for a number
Shaq.
of years.
Phil won his titles. Michael Jordan for 6 titles was the best player in the league. When he won the first with Lakers, Shaq was the best player in the league.
Although in 2002, his last title year, Tim Duncan won the MVP.
Okay. But again, Phil, I never saw Phil take a team from scratch, from the bottom, and win.
I'm still amazed just thinking about that with the Lakers talk and stuff. I'm still amazed that the Mavs let go of Brunson for nothing.
How
and then
dumb.
they traded Luka, and somehow Brunson is the title holder before Luka. That's amazing to me.
The Mavs are lucky they got Cooper Flag, because if that doesn't happen, it is the worst 4-year stretch in the history of the NBA of a team getting rid of star players.
They were terrible last year.
Yeah, but it all was injuries too. Also injuries. Well, I mean, with Flag, yeah, but Flag showed a lot of promise though. Flag had a phenomenal year.
I got you.
They got building block, but and again, the Luka trade isn't about the trade itself. It's about what they got back. They got nothing back for Luka.
So let me ask you though.
Okay.
I
know you're getting tired.
A little bit. That's all right. Yeah, but let me ask you about the historical significance.
Okay.
The historical significance of this Knicks title. 53 years later. I don't know if you listen to the post-game show. By the way, I love the TNT crew, the original crew. I think ESPN was so smart to make them the feature guys at halftime and after the game. Because Kenny Smith's like, here's some perspective. If the Knicks have to wait another 53 years for another title, it would be 2079.
Jesus Christ. I'll be long gone by then. You know that, right?
You think so? Hey, people are living longer now. You'll only be in your 90s.
I gotta get my health in order.
We gotta be doing these podcasts for decades to come.
I will be the post because as long as I'm alive.
Hey man,
I gotta keep working out. I gotta eat healthy. Yeah.
You know what I've been doing? I've been intermittent fasting.
I do it all the time. I've been doing it for 7 years.
Did you?
Yeah, 7 years. That's how I lost a little weight.
I find it wonderful.
It's awesome. It's amazing. I'm a firm believer in that stuff. Firm believer in that.
I've never done it before. This year is the first year I've done it.
Good stuff, man. You look great.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, you notice even just through the screen?
Yeah, man. Hey, when we play, I have the video. Want to play your reaction to winning last night? Want to play the video quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, play the video real quick. Let's say I have it fun real quick. I had it load up here my as in case you want to see it. Here's Joshua Jacobs' reaction last night to the Knicks winning the title. Let's see how it plays out here. It's too fun. Oh wait, stop playing. What the fuck? No.
Oh,
damn it.
Life is life, man.
Damn it. No. I
If you show it, this is a different Knicks shirt. I was wearing the other Knicks shirt. This is the Brunson exclusive. Don't think I went to sleep in this shirt. I didn't do the Ronner test.
What shirt were you wearing?
I was wearing the one of the whole starting lineup.
Oh. I'm trying to see if I can find converter real quick.
I can't wait to get more Knicks swag with all the championships and stuff. I might OD on this and stuff, but still.
That's funny. You'd be so happy, bro. Dude, my brother's is happy. All my Knicks friends are happy.
I guess you can't play the video, huh?
I won't even play it. I don't know why.
It's all right.
Maybe next podcast we do, I'll play it for you. This was fun. But I got this bullshit. A couple of my friends come here saying, "Well, you should apologize for your Knick take." Because I remember, I think during the first round when Boston was up 3-1 against Philadelphia, I made a take that the Celtics should win the East now. It's like a cakewalk. New York at the time was struggling with Atlanta, right? And I'm like, that's my take. And now, Knicks won the title 2 months later. And I'm like, okay, what am I apologizing for? Like, I made the take. I was wrong. I own it. I move on. I'm not apologizing for my fucking take.
That's right. We texted about that because you were like the Eastern Conference is the JV, right?
No, I thought the Eastern Conference was good. I thought, in comparison to the West, I thought it was night and day with the Spurs faced.
And at the same time, the Knicks, especially since Game 6 against the Hawks, where they blew the doors off of them. Mm-hmm. Mind you, the Knicks won every single one of their closeout games on the road. Their point differential was just so remarkable. These still are professional teams, and that's why I'm like, they clearly can hang with whoever. I'm curious to know how they would have matched up with the Thunder. I don't know if the Thunder would have been healthy enough.
No,
Knicks a healthy Thunder team, I would have been very scared of.
Yeah, Knicks will win that series right now. If Jalen Williams is going to be out of that lineup, the Knicks win that series. Yeah,
but without J-Dub and who was it? Also Mitchell, they were not healthy.
Yeah,
they weren't healthy.
The Thunder are more disciplined than the Spurs at this point right now.
Absolutely, they wouldn't be making those silly mistakes and stuff, without a doubt. I mean,
because they've been there.
And I was saying that I was hoping, and it came true. I was hoping the Spurs would look like the 1995 Magic team that made the finals. That were like, "Whoa, how'd they get there so soon?"
Do you think that this Spurs team is the worst one you're going to see?
Huh?
Because do you think this Spurs team will start reeling off some rings now or next year? I think Spurs win the title next year.
I mean, I'm hearing from some people think that Mitch Johnson got to get right. I don't know. I guess I have question marks about him.
Learning.
I also think it's absolutely so. That's why you got to wait. I also just think sometimes, like that Spurs team that lost in 2013 and then bounced back 2014, that was remarkable. Like that's an incredibly underrated title.
Don't remind me of that. Why are you doing that? Don't remind me of that bullshit.
That was incredible, though. That was just them catching lightning in a bottle, the way the Knicks just did this year. I'm wondering. I think the Spurs team's still a little young. I think they actually might need to get kicked in the teeth again. I'm curious to see. I'm already looking forward to next year's Western Conference Finals because I have a sneaky feeling it's going to be a rematch between the Thunder and the Spurs, and I think the Spurs might take it to them. I think the Spurs actually might win the title next year. As much as I love the Knicks, would love to see.
That's what I said. That's my prediction. The Spurs win the title next year.
You know what?
Yeah, I think
you think the Thunder's going to win the title next year.
I think Spurs win the title next year.
You think the Spurs will win next year?
Absolutely.
I think the Thunder will. I think the Thunder are going to come back with a vengeance.
They could.
They might have to trade J-Dub. I think J-Dub's injury prone. It's too bad
that's going to be a problem. I think his injury is just
if I was playing NBA, if the league was NBA Live, I would say that the Thunder should just trade for Giannis and go for the title next year. Although Giannis is a bit injury prone too, but I think he's been unhappy on the Bucks for a while.
But Giannis also was shortening your window because he's older.
Exactly.
So
you want Giannis to come to Miami?
I mean, does he make us better? Yes. Is he better than Are you better than New York and Boston? No. I think my problem is who are we giving up to get him is the question. That's the question.
Let me ask you. You know what? I have no idea, but let me ask you something because this was something that I always considered. The Knicks. For one thing, I wanted Mike Brown's head on a stake after Game 3 against the Hawks. I was like, we should have gotten rid of Tibbs. Clearly, I was wrong. Mike Brown is the man of the hour. I just said Mike Brown's the greatest Knicks coach in my lifetime. In your lifetime.
My God. 1 year sample. It's 1 year to end that.
Yes. 1 year.
So
But-
then by default, then by your logic, Eric Spoelstra is better than Pat Riley then.
The thing is, Pat Riley's been the executive. He's been behind the scenes.
Yeah, but-
pulling the strings, so.
Yeah, but no.
As a coach? Yes, but Eric Spoelstra is a better coach than Pat Riley on my end.
No. Well, not only that though, but Eric Spoelstra has a lot more influence on the executive side of things now more than you realize. I think Riley's still involved, but Riley's also surrounded by a lot of other minds around him too. Also,
That's true. I mean, you have to look at Riley's cumulative streak, though. I mean, he won 4 titles with the Lakers. He still had remarkable success with the Knicks. Literally, if you believe in parallel universes, like everything that could happen will happen. It's like if I throw this water bottle in the sky and another universe goes in the sky. There are many universes where Pat Riley has at least 1 title, if not 2, with the Knicks. Like,
that's why I don't agree with you when you say Mike Brown's better than Pat Riley. But
the thing is, results are results, though.
Yeah, but it was also okay. Michael Jordan plays in the NBA today. Mike Brown's sniffing a fucking NBA Finals. You have to make it in. Michael Jordan existed in a parallel universe where the Knicks couldn't get there because of Michael Jordan. That guy.
Yeah, but they also lost Hakeem. 95. The Knicks had a chance in 95. Jordan wasn't.
Those Knicks teams had no business being there anyway. Those Knicks teams weren't even that good. Let's keep it 100 a second, bro. Let's keep it 100, Josh.
Okay, so who?
Those Knicks teams
okay, let's go
were
back to the
overrated.
debate. LeBron or Michael?
Well, Jordan, of course.
Okay, but the thing is, LeBron's been playing against better competition. The 90s was a watered down league.
In the finals, yes. In
general?
the finals, yes. Not in the playoffs.
When Jordan came back in 96, they Vancouver Grizzlies, now Memphis, and the Toronto Raptors were there. The league was even more diluted. Do you know how much the league expanded from 88 to 96? You were just talking about the Heat joining, and the next year the Timberwolves joined and stuff. The league was
The late 90s Bulls faced better competition in the Eastern Conference than LeBron faced in the East during his entire tenure with Cleveland, Miami.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm a Michael guy. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I am too, also. However, what I will give LeBron credit is LeBron's faced far better competition in the finals than Michael has. It's not even close. LeBron lost to all-time great teams.
I think that Suns team that Jordan faced was an underrated team. I think that was Jordan's toughest finals. I found that the most interesting finals Jordan played in.
And yet, that same Suns team that won 62 games that season almost lost to the Lakers in 5 games in the first round.
The thing is, they got the jitters big time. They did almost, but they still got through it. Look at the Celtics in 08. You know, they struggled.
7 games Atlanta.
Until the best competition against the Lakers.
Detroit.
Well, actually, they played the Cavs. The Cavs played them really tough. LeBron had a great
so
series.
the Hawks took them to 7 games in round 1. Remember that? And then the Cavs took them to 7 games in round 2. Right? And then it went 6-6 Detroit in LA in that order.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of incredible. Yeah, we can wrap up in a couple minutes, but there was something else you said that was kind of that was interesting. I don't remember that. There was something you brought up. I don't remember now. Yeah, I gotta rank Mike Brown higher. And Spoelstra is a better coach in Heat history than Riley.
I think so too. Result to result, and not only forget the fact that he's won more titles than Riley, he's also been to more finals than Riley.
Yes, and that 06 title team was a weak title team.
I agree.
But you're right,
100%.
that 05 team was stacked. It's almost a shame that Shaq never faced Duncan in the finals. I know he had many great matchups, Spurs Lakers, when he was on the Lakers.
Yeah.
But the finals. But yeah, I think OKC. I don't know if the Spurs are going to come back next year.
We'll see.
Speaking of which,
Last thing.
The 95 Magic came too quick, and then obviously they fell apart. The wheels came off. The Spurs probably not, but the 07 Cavs, they were probably the flukiest finals team ever.
Yeah. Also, in Cavs team, they beat Detroit. They also beat a weakened Detroit team too. Also,
well, I think they were weak because Flip Saunders wasn't that good of a coach then.
well, that and I think wasn't Ben Wallace not also didn't play that series. Because they had Chris Webber.
I just think the Pistons were at their absolute best when Larry Brown was their coach. And he was only there
without
2
question.
years.
Without question.
He was only the coach for 2 years, and he left for the Knicks, and it was a train wreck.
Yeah.
That was another train wreck.
No, 07 Cavs definitely one. No, I agree that I'd take the 06 Heat probably one of the worst finals teams ever.
I looked something up, and they said actually the 1987 Lakers team was very weak too.
Which one? 87?
Or was it 88? It's one of the two.
Back-to-back years? No.
I'm telling you.
I mean, look at records maybe, but I don't know. I have a hard time saying that. I have a hard time saying that a defending champion, because by that logic, the Rockets 95 were a 6th seed.
Yeah, Hakeem was at an all-time bender then.
Yeah, but they also will struggle most of the year until they got Clyde.
No, but I'm saying whatever reason the competition was weak. That's what I'm saying. I have to find this website that just said the Lakers competition was that weak.
Right.
And what the Rockets did was I put the Rockets championship right up there with Dirk's. That was incredible.
Right.
Absolutely.
We should do that one day. Next time we do a podcast, when we do our usual August slot, we should do like the ranking top 10 greatest NBA Finals teams we've ever seen in our lives. Something like that.
And we'll definitely talk more politics and life like that.
Yes, I want to
before the midterms.
Yeah, I want to wait because I don't want to. I don't want to infest our conversation, Nick's conversation, with some like bullshit.
But did you see Trump sleeping in the press box in that suite next to?
He wasn't sleeping. He wasn't sleeping.
Huh? Say it again.
He wasn't sleeping.
Are you sure he wasn't sleeping?
It's according to James Dolan. James Dolan said so.
Well, James Dolan knows where his bread is buttered, so life is life.
James Dolan's a fucking idiot. He's a champion, but still an
idiot. You said it, not me. Anyway, sir.
Fuck you, James Dolan. That's what I'm saying.
This was fun. Go Knicks.
Good stuff, man.
Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Oh my God, Jalen Brunson.
Yes, sir. Yes,